What's up? Happy midweek motivation. Unfortunately, I do not have wine today. I ran out, but I have lemon water. Stay hydrated. Today I want to talk about my message to women, and this was actually inspired by a spoken word album by Reyna Biddy. If you don't know who she is, look her up, download her album on Apple Music, follow her on Twitter. She's so inspirational. And the album that I'm referring to is called I Love My Love. And throughout the album, there's 12 tracks on the album. I really recommend downloading the audio version. She does have an actual paperback book. Hearing the way that she speaks what she wrote, it captures not only the words of what she's saying, but the feeling of what she's saying also. This album does an amazing job at illustrating what women go through, different situations that we experience throughout our lives, and it's really just inspiration and a reminder to know what we deserve, walk away from bad situations, and to never settle. The second track on the album is called A Message to Women, and that really made me think, if I had a message to women, just an overall universal message to women, what would it be? What would I say? What do I feel is important for all of us to know and believe and live by every day? So the first thing that I want to say in my message to women is you are enough. Exactly the way that you are. It sounds really simple, but I feel like it's something that's forgotten more than it's not. So if you're in a situation where someone is making you feel like you're less than, or you're inadequate, or you don't matter, none of that is true. And the first example that I think about when women feel like that is if a man cheats on them. The first thing that goes through your head is, what did I do? What didn't I do? How could I have stopped him from doing that? Apparently I'm not enough if he's gonna go out and be with somebody else. That is so far from the truth. When a man cheats on a woman, that means that they are a coward. And that man may even say, I cheated because you weren't giving me what I wanted, because you weren't doing this, because you don't cook enough, or you don't clean the house enough, or we're not intimate enough, whatever they want to say. And because that's someone that you care about and someone that you love, you may actually start believing like, wow, the reason why he stepped out on our relationship is because I'm not enough for him. When in reality, if that man really valued and cared about your relationship, he would have had the balls to start a conversation and have open communication on those things that he's feeling and things that he's having issues with. No relationship is perfect. We're all going to have issues inside of our relationship, no matter what, but that's just the thing within our relationship. As soon as someone steps outside of that relationship, to me, if someone steps out in a relationship and then blames you, that means that they don't value you as a person. And why be in a relationship where you're not valued and you have to constantly question your worth? Yes, women are amazing, but none of us have superpowers. It may seem like we do sometimes, but in reality, we don't. And we can't do everything all of the time. It's impossible. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get to cook dinner one night. Don't beat yourself up if you wake up in the morning and you realize your house is a mess and you weren't able to clean it. Don't beat yourself up for not being perfect. But just because you're not perfect does not mean that you're not enough. And the second thing in my message to women is you are an amazing mother. Unfortunately, I know that that's something that we as mothers, more than anybody else, judge ourselves for and beat ourselves up. And it can just feel so horrible not to be perfect or not do everything right. But in reality, there's no manual. There's no manual to being a parent. You're not gonna be perfect. You are gonna make mistakes. As long as you are doing your best and you're doing everything with the best interest of your child in mind, you're doing great. And I know especially in this day and age with social media and everything like that, where people can make it seem like their life is perfect, and it could seem like other people are constantly doing fun things with their kids, constantly taking them on expensive trips and buying them expensive clothes and expensive shoes, and it seems like they're the perfect parent or they're the parent that you wish you were. But just like everything else on social media, people can portray their lives however they want, and why would you want to put negative things online? My social media accounts are highlights. They're things I want to remember, they're great times that I've had, but that's not real life. Yes, those moments may be real life, but that is not day-to-day real life. Sometimes day-to-day real life is screaming at your kids to wake up for school, yelling at them for not doing their homework, punishing them for not listening, not being able to take them to events and trips and vacations every weekend or every month, or whatever it seems like other people may be doing online or on TV or on any platform that we can compare ourselves to. Just remember that those are highlights. And that's the thing about highlights. It's the best of the best. If you go on YouTube and you put in basketball highlights or football highlights, you're gonna be expecting to see the best things that happened in that game, right? It's the same thing on social media. Parenting is hard, and we don't give ourselves enough credit. Not only do we carry the children that literally come out of our bodies, but after that, it gets even more scary because we're responsible for somebody else's life. And I don't think it gets talked about enough how difficult parenting really is, and it's not all rainbows and butterflies, and you can't just buy your kid the newest pair of Jordans and be a great parent. It's way more than that. It's waking up with them in the middle of the night when they're sick. It's taking them to all their appointments. It's disciplining them when they need to be disciplined. And sometimes it's being mean, and sometimes it's being the bad guy. It's having times where parenting gets so hard that you go in your room, shut your door, and cry because you don't know what to do. And that's real. And those are the things that you don't see on Instagram. So to the moms out there, I just want to say that I see you. I see you being the one taking your kids to school, putting them to bed at night, helping them with their homework, being their shoulder to cry on when they talk about bullies in school or friends that they're having fights with. I see you spending your last dollar to allow your child to do something that they really wanted to do, even though you may not be able to allow them to do every single thing that they ask for. When people say things like, I would never let my kid want for nothing, it's not about what they want, it's about what's best for them. And it's not about being their friend, it's about being their parent. And it's about raising them to be able to go out in the world without you and be amazing. And for those mamas out there that are doing what you need to do day in and day out, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when you don't got money for it, I see you and you're doing great. So don't beat yourself up about not being perfect. And the last part of my message to women is, if a man wants you, he will let you know. There has been so many times where I've had conversations with amazing, beautiful, strong, independent women who are chasing a man that clearly does not reciprocate the same feelings. The thing with men is they don't play hard to get, and men and women don't think the same. Naturally, men are built to pursue, women are not. So as women, you may purposely not be paying attention to the person that you are interested in, or ignoring their texts and phone calls, or texting them back hours later. So when a man does that to you, you may feel like, hey, well, I do that to people that I'm interested in, so that must be what he's doing. No, it's not what he's doing. I really love the movie He's Just Not That Into You, because even though it's really funny, I feel like it does a good job showing real life examples of how simple it is to tell if somebody is interested in you or not. I think as women, sometimes we can overthink things, but it really is that simple. If a man wants to talk to you, he'll call you. If he wants to see you, he'll make plans. If he wants to be with you, he'll tell you. And not only that, but the actions will match the words. If you feel like you're in a similar situation to this right now, I want you to stop and ask yourself, do you always reach out to him, or does he always reach out to you? Do you always make the plans and put in the effort, or does he make the plans and put in the effort? Is he telling you that his intentions are to be with you, or are you telling him that and he's kind of beating around the bush and not really communicating his feelings on the subject or even answering your questions? If you find yourself in a situation like that, babe, he's just not that into you. And it's okay. But the longer you spend chasing a man that's not that into you, the longer you'll spend not finding the person that ultimately is. And you will know the difference, trust me. And also, nothing that you do is going to make someone more interested in you or like you more or love you. You can't force that upon anybody. And I feel like sometimes when we can tell that a relationship isn't working out or the other person isn't reciprocating the same feelings, we can go into panic mode, right? So all of a sudden, you'll start doing anything and everything to get their attention, to make them like you, to make them want you, to make them love you, and it's a waste of your energy. And you're too good for that. And most likely, he's doing all of that for somebody else. So to sum it up, you are enough. You're also a kick-ass mom, and make sure that you always value yourself. Know your worth and add taxes to that. And also, download Reyna Biddy's album. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You will absolutely love it. I still listen to it sometimes, and I heard it like last summer. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you some motivation or inspiration for the middle of your week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And I would love to hear your suggestions on what I should talk about for my next midweek motivation video. And I will see you guys on Monday. Have an amazing weekend and live life beautiful from the inside out.
A message to women. You deserve better than to be called pretty. You You deserve better than to get upset and go online to act petty. You deserve better than to be on hold. You deserve better than to hold on to someone who's already let go. You deserve better than to be held in convenience. You deserve better than to keep your relationship low-key because someone might see it and someone might ask questions and someone might wonder why someone like you would rather hang around a boy who won't commit when someone like them is ready to love you, is ready to learn you, ready to show you who you are, paint you a picture of you through his eyes and convince you that you are indeed art, show you the way he's mesmerized, the way your broken heart still beats, the way it flutters when whole eyes and yours meet, the way it silences to express its beat, show you how much he realizes you need healing from this hurting. I know you. I know something about what you've been through. I know some days feel like heavy weights and hearts with protection that you failed to break through, and I know what it's like to put heartbreak on hold for the love of your life. Forget relationships, take two. I know he forgot to say I love you too. I know he forgot to stay faithful. I know you forgot about the time you promised yourself you'd do better, but every time you try to leave, something keeps pulling you back, telling you this is the best you'll ever have in life. So you stay the night. Every night he misses you after remembering your head and how good it works and how good it feels to know no matter how bad it gets, you always come back. I know you. And he does too. We know the way your stomach drops at the thought of him loving someone better, so he knows you won't search for better, and I know you deserve better. I know you deserve better than to have your spirit bruised. I know you deserve someone who empowers you. I know just how beautiful you could be if only you could see your own self-value, and I know you. You're a collection of paradoxes. You're a compilation of food for thought. You're a woman. Before all things, you're more a lover than a fighter after all, it seems. You're special. Listen to me. You are special. And I know you deserve way better than to settle.